Hello, my name is Austin DeGroat, and I would be conducting a feasibility report on the opportunity of opening up a nightclub at Bar and Grill in the Siesta Key area. I would like to thank Mr. Morris for giving me this opportunity, and this one would be specifically targeting a younger audience, drawing in many students from the surrounding area, and this report displays the results. So, as a potential entrepreneur, you need to cross your T's and dot your I's. Before opening a nightclub, I was tasked with researching the feasibility of this potential venture and to assess the potential market. The Sarasota area is known for being majority older population. However, this isn't entirely true. There's plenty of younger people in the area that wish to have something to do at night, and this is where the market can be exploited. So some of the research methods that were used were through demographic research, industry professional interviews, and surveys. As far as demographic research goes, this was conducted through secondary websites and personal research I conducted myself in the area. I visited several websites and obtained my research from there, and I also visited all potential sites and observed the market personally. As far as the industry personal interview goes, this was conducted over the phone. Although it was brief, it gave me an insight as to what the market would look like for this sort of venture. I interviewed somebody named Scott Mercinger, and although he does not personally own a nightclub, he knows what it takes to open a nightclub in the area. He has several restaurants in the area. The surveys, I conducted these surveys in person to friends or random people from the area, and I got various answers. These surveys consisted of 5 questions with answers rating from 1 to 5, 1 being least favorable, 5 being favorable. So the demographics of the participants were really pretty interesting, actually, and it took me by a little bit of a surprise. So it was with 15 people in the Siesta Key area, and the average age was 28 years old. There were 9 male and 6 female participants, and selection was random. And why I say it was shocking is because the average age is significantly lower than I had anticipated it to be. And although there were a few outliers, most results were consistent, the youngest participant being 18 and the oldest being 40. Um, After further thinking upon the subject, it actually is to be expected given that Siesta Key is an area which generally has a slightly younger crowd. Some major strengths of opening up a business in Siesta Key would be 2 things, at least 2 things that were made clear to me, is that the nightlife in the area is very lacking. Although this might seem kind of shocking to you, there is a lack of modernization in the area, and a new modern bar would thrive in the area. Also, another thing is that younger population is prevalent, contrary to popular belief. This was proven through the surveys. When you think of Sarasota, you think of an older area. And like I said earlier, that isn't necessarily true. Some of the weaknesses is that one of the major weaknesses, anyway, to my understanding, is that the lack of trafficking during the daylight hours. And although this might not be super concerning, because you can adjust your store operation hours based off of this fact, it is something to keep an eye on, and it is a weakness. Some quantitative findings that I had found is that on my surveys conducted, ages 18 to 25, people thought that nightlife was severely lacking. As you can see from the chart, is about a 2.5 satisfaction level, which is significantly lower than most of the others. Also, another thing is that there is a lack of age-appropriate places for that age group, and this is the area you're really going to want to target. So some recommendations that I would make is that location is important, and this was stressed to me by Scott Mercinger in that interview. He had stressed the importance of location as it can make or break a business. And although there are several startup cost issues that are presented with the Siesta Key area, I think Ocean Boulevard would be the perfect place to open a nightclub. I think that the long-term gains would be worth it. Who you're going to want to target, as I had stated, 18 to 25 is great, but specifically 21 to 35 is, I think, your perfect area, and they're left wanting more from this Sarasota area. These people should be heavily targeted to achieve the most success. How to target them? I would say the target market should be conducted through research, social media, and promotional events. So I think the best way to reach your market is to do social media advertisements. So, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those are great tools for advertising for this younger age. And not only you shouldn't only do it before you open, you should advertise once you open as well, doing promotional events to get that customer base in. Once you have that base, things will rise from there. So, this report concluded that a nightclub in Siesta Key could potentially be very highly profitable. Location is key, as I stated, and should be the main factor and focus of your attention. The younger population of Sarasota and the surrounding areas will all be attracted due to the lack of nightlife. People will come from Bradenton, they will come from Venice just to have that nightlife. Um, Social media should be a key component of your marketing mix to attract your desired target market. And although competition is present, there isn't enough to warrant concern, and there is nothing of your specific style. And a focus on these key elements of this report will ensure your success.